Hey everybody, let's take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. Basically the big three. I made a video not long ago, maybe last week, about these coins because there's just not much going on lately. Now we did get a big boost. I heard something about Chinese bonds or something like this. I don't know the exact story behind that, but doesn't really matter. We're basically at the same point we were before the weekend, on the 10th. I believe that was Friday. So, as you can see, um, we are making a huge push the last 3 hours. We did break through this resistance here at about 62, let's just say 5. And, it looks like Bitcoin still wants to continue higher. I do believe we probably will reach the 63.3 mark and try to push through that. I don't know if we'll get through it, but, we've already pushed through this resistance here and we've gone up almost $3,000, $2,500. So there's just not much to talk about still with the altcoins. Mainly, in my bags, the biggest altcoin, the one that's up the most is Sushi Swap. It's only up about 4.25% right now. So that's, it's not much to talk about. Maybe tonight we'll see what happens. We'll see if this continues or not. And I might pick a few select altcoins like I usually do, and we'll see where they're headed. Um, Anyways, at this moment, Bitcoin looking better than, this weekend. So the next resistance, like I said, 63.3 and then 63.9 basically. And we'll see if we can get there today. Let's take a look at Ethereum now. Now, let me make this a little bit bigger. Ethereum, a lot of people love Ethereum. I'm not that big of a fan of Ethereum. And I did hold Ethereum for a long time. I think I held it for about a year. But then I switched to BNB because of the debit card that they had, which gave me cash back. And that was the main reason. Ethereum, yeah, I could stake it. I could get a little bit of money, by staking. It wasn't much, but that debit card actually gave me more. And you just had to learn ways to move, free, you know, USD there basically without fees. You had to basically buy on different exchanges and send it for that card to avoid fees, and then basically you got almost a full 2%. Anyways, it doesn't matter about that card. That card doesn't really exist anymore. But I'm just saying I bought it for that benefit first, and now BNB, is used in their launch pools and mega drops and things like this. So, Ethereum on the hourly chart, yeah, it's looking better than it was, on Friday or at the end of Friday, basically, when it dropped, just like Bitcoin and everything else. Now the charts look somewhat similar. However, if we go back to Bitcoin, we can see it dropped a little bit here, but it looks like Ethereum just took a bigger drop than Bitcoin. But it still really hasn't made it back up to this point where it was on Friday. Now you can see Bitcoin has basically made it back to that point. So Ethereum is kind of lagging. Now, if we take a look at BNB, this is the hourly chart as well. Now, it's basically higher than where it was on Friday when it dropped. So BNB is the leader right now. Bitcoin is second, and Ethereum is basically third. So, I think this is probably Ethereum's last good cycle. I don't believe Ethereum is going to be a real leader in the future. Um, Not, the project isn't dead, but I mean, really, who uses Ethereum to send money? Nobody. I certainly don't. It's too expensive. I use BNB or Optimism or some other, Matic, Polygon. I don't know. Anyways, guys, if we take a look at Ethereum, we can see that it still hasn't broken this downward resistance. Basically, that since it's had what, the 8th of April, so it's about a little bit more than a month long resistance here that we can kind of map out. Now, once it breaks above this, and maybe test it as support, then we can start thinking about higher levels for Ethereum. But I do believe the resistance, it's actually pushing up against resistance basically right now, I would say. I'm going to put the line right here because, it almost touches here perfectly, but here it comes down and wicks to it. Here you have a couple of, supports and things. Support here, supports. There's some resistance. I mean, this is just a good point. You can see here was support. So yeah, it's trying to push through this right now. Anyways, guys, let's see what this does. It's got to push through this. And then I think the next resistance is basically going to be this trend line. Maybe there is another resistance around like right here or so. About 3,000, $40, $50. But I think this trend line is going to be the major resistance basically. Now let's take a look at BNB. Basically, we got to make it back up to about 605. We've been really kind of struggling with this level. Let me put this on the 4-hour chart though. We've been under for a while now, since about a good almost 3 weeks. We haven't seen anything really above 605. We did kind of wick above it right here, kind of wicked here, but we haven't really been above it since about the 25th of April. So let's see what we can do. We do need to make it above that, and then I believe about $634 is in the cards. And after that, I don't know if we have any other resistances, but yeah, it's pretty much all-time highs after that, But okay, there is a 662 mark. It's almost, that might be a historical mark basically, where you have resistance. But I think it's going to fly very, very quickly through this, range here at about 662, 686. So, anyways, guys, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got in this video. Bitcoin, 62.8 right now. It just made another hourly candle, so now we've closed an hourly above this resistance. So now let's see, maybe we come down and retest. Maybe we don't, and we continue. I mean, we'll see what this news does about Chinese bonds, I guess. And yeah, guys, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys later in the next one.